and welcome to LMU Community TV News. We hope you're having a great week. I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Thank you for joining us. Lincoln Memorial University will present the Appalachian Shakespeare Project production of William Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew for a 3-performance run beginning Friday, July 8th. Originally set to open on July 1st, the first weekend of shows were canceled due to the sudden and untimely death of Assistant Professor of Theater Mark McGinley. LMU Community TV News talked with the cast of Taming of the Shrew to find out what exactly led to the decision to debut the play this weekend.
After Mark's sudden passing last week, to get the show back on the road and back on its tracks and back together again, we pretty much had to come together as a whole cast, not just as a couple of interns or like one dean or doctor or whoever. We all came together as one. We made decisions as a cast whether or not to put the show off for a weekend, and we helped each other cope with what had happened.
After the cast of Taming of the Shrew received news of Mark's sudden and tragic passing, we knew immediately that we wanted to dedicate the final performance of Taming of the Shrew to him. And all of the lives he has touched, the community who came out to help support the Appalachian Shakespeare Project, all of the students he's taught at Lincoln Memorial University, we are all immensely honored to be, in essence, his living legacy.
Of course, he's in everything in this show. I mean, all the fights, all the humor, it's him. I mean, he is such a funny guy. There's so much energy and everything, especially that little chaos scene, the mass battle. That's him all around. It's like chaos and humor, ridiculousness, because he's just ridiculous.
We do plan to open this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, July 8th through the 10th, and we hope you come and join us.
37-year-old McGinley of Jacksboro passed away suddenly on June 29th. At the time of his death, McGinley was preparing to debut the second adaptation. With the blessing of his family, the cast will dedicate their performances to McGinley. The production will be presented outside in Russell Burke Hall Park in Cumberland Gap. Performances will take place at 6 p.m. nightly from July 8th through 10th. Admission is free, and audience members are encouraged to bring lawn chairs and blankets for seating and refreshments from home. Now, in the case of rain, the cast will be using Duke Auditorium as the location instead of the park. Last week, the Tennessee law allowing full-time staff and faculty who have carry permits to bring guns onto state university campuses went into effect. The law will not have an impact on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University, but we spoke with Director of Campus Safety Operations and Emergency Preparedness, Cesar Gracia, to discuss what this new law means for campuses across the state.
The new law that came into effect July 1st will allow people that have the carry permits to carry a weapon on campus. And that applies to all state-run universities and those that are governed by the Tennessee Board of Regents. Of course, here at LMU, we're a private university, so that doesn't necessarily apply to us. Now, how universities will implement that, I'm not that familiar with, but I would hope that they would have additional training, and of course make certain that they register the people that are going to be carrying the weapons on campus.
As a follow-up, we asked if he could see this same type of law being implemented on the campus of LMU, and here is what he had to say.
I have not heard that we're going in a different direction. Of course, as of right now, our no weapons allowed on campus signage will be on campus, will remain on campus, and we'll continue to follow the policy that we currently have in place. If they bring it up at a later point, then it'll be a time for us to sit down and discuss, you know, some of the concerns and how we would like to implement that, if, again, it makes it that far.
The new law allows schools to craft their own policies that fit the needs of each campus. The new law did go into effect on July 1st. According to the Board of Regents, there are places where guns are prohibited, like health centers and athletic venues. Now we are going to turn to a segment brought to you by the Veterinary Technology Program and Veterinary School right here on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University.
It's always fun to go out with your pets, go for walks, go for hikes, things like that. But we need to remember that they don't process the heat as well as we do sometimes, especially our dogs. So we want to watch out for heat injury, make sure they're not working too hard while they're walking with us. If they're hiking and maybe they're carrying something, they have a little backpack, you want to probably keep it no more than 10 to 15% of their body weight, what they're carrying. You also want to make sure that they have plenty of water. Always make sure that you have some kind of little bowl, or they have the little flip water bottles that they can drink out of. Make sure you have something like that. Another concern we have is if you're walking on a warm surface, you definitely want to look out for their paws. They can burn their paw pads just from walking on hot asphalt, especially with the really warm temperatures around here. We don't want them hurting their little feet just by simply walking. So if you can't walk barefoot, you should probably think about your pet's feet on the ground as well. If your pet does happen to get burns on its paws, what you can do is you want to pour water on it. You don't want to put any kind of cloth or anything against it, but it's okay to pour water on it just to cool it off. And then you can, if you have some kind of first aid burn cream or something, if you want to put that on, that's probably okay, but you really need to get them into the vet and make sure how bad that burn is and get that taken care of.
Be sure you stay tuned next week for another segment from the Veterinary Technology Program. Well, LMU Family Night at the Tennessee Smokies baseball game will take place on Friday, July 8th against the Jackson Generals at 7:05 p.m. LMU is offering tickets for $15 per person, which includes a game ticket, hot dog, chips, and a drink, or a slice of pizza and a drink. Participants may also purchase game tickets for only $9. You have the chance to win prizes and also have fun reconnecting with alumni and watch a great baseball game. This offer is not available at Smoky Stadium, and all tickets must be purchased in advance through the LMU Office of Alumni Services, or you can purchase them online at lmunet.edu. And we hope to see you all at the game. Well, with the arrival of summer, safety is key, and right after these messages, we will have information that you need to know to enjoy a great summer outdoors.
College. It can seem a million miles away. But what if you could get help with your tuition expenses? Get help filling out all those applications and finding a major that fits. All of a sudden, the impossible becomes possible. Visit collegefortn.org today. College. You can get there from here.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science. After that, I'm going to get my law degree. Then I'm going to come back to Detroit, boost the economy, become the mayor or something, try to make the situation better for other people. I feel like I owe it to the city. I'm determined. It's going to happen. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
Adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Summer is officially here, and that means more time outside and more opportunities for sunburns. On a cloudy day or even a cool day, UV rays can bounce and still are able to burn the skin. The Center for Disease Control reports that more than 5 million people are treated for skin cancer every year with every exposure to sunlight or UV rays. The best place to relax in the summer is in the shade, but if you are going to be in the sunlight or UV rays, your chance of skin cancer does increase. So if you have to be in the sun, here are a few tips from the CDC to keep your skin safe. Wear SPF-rated clothing and a wide-brimmed hat. Wear sunglasses to keep your eyes protected and make sure they block both UVA and UVB rays, they offer the best protection. Use a broad-spectrum sunscreen with at least an SPF rate of 15, even on cloudy days. And be sure that you reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours and every time after swimming or sweating. Now, for more information on how to keep your skin safe during the summer months, you can visit www.cdc.gov. Well, the local election in Claiborne County is just around the corner, and several candidates running for office are seeing several of their signs disappearing or even being destroyed. The familiar signs that line the sides of roads throughout Claiborne County are always seen right before the election, but many of those signs have disappeared. The upcoming election on August 4th is highly contested in several of the county races, but there is no evidence leading to who is committing the vandalism or stealing the signs. The August ballot will also include the Claiborne County Jail Expansion Project. Early voting begins on July 15th, so deciding which way you want to vote or for whom you want to vote is getting close. July 30th is the last day to vote early in person. Now, if you see anyone stealing these signs, you are encouraged to call 911 immediately. Well, the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office joined forces with the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission and the Tennessee National Guard and Tennessee Highway Patrol to seize more than 12,000 marijuana plants. It was during the week of marijuana eradication in Claiborne County. The illegal plants ranged in size from starter plants to over 7 feet in height. They were located in various areas across Claiborne County that included Old Highway 63, the Red Hill Community, Lonesome Valley, Myers Grove and Cup Ridge Community, and the Upper Valley Community. Sheriff David Ray released a statement extending his gratitude to all officers involved in the operation. He also encourages anyone with information on illegal activity to contact the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office, and he does remind that the community that all information received will remain confidential. Well, local officials are still asking for the public's help in locating a missing man. Eugene J. Elmore, also known as Jack, was last seen on Monday, June 13th. According to a release from the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office, Elmore has early signs of dementia and requires assistance to move around. He is a 78-year-old white male that stands 6'1" and weighs approximately 200 pounds with gray hair and brown eyes. The vehicle owned by Elmore is described to be a 2002 Dodge Ram 1500 quad cab, black in color, with the Tennessee tag number of 013 Boy Nora Boy, and has chrome step rails. Elmore is believed to currently be in this vehicle, possibly in a wooded area or on a farm in or near Claiborne County or the Union County communities. He was last seen at approximately 6:30 in the Clouds and Midway areas. He was wearing carpenter-style blue jeans, a short-sleeve plaid button-up shirt, and beige-colored slip-on shoes. The Claiborne County Sheriff's Department is requesting that all farmers in the area to check your property in an attempt to help locate him. If anyone has information that could lead to his whereabouts or a possible location of where he may be, you are asked to call 911 immediately. Coming up after the break, Brandon Burke will have the latest update on sports from around the campus and the community, and that is coming up next right here on LMU Community TV News.
This is why you get by on 4 hours sleep. Why you took a second job. This is why you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing and spend hours juggling the bills. This is why you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Now more options are available. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert today.
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from from a creative galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Each one of our journeys keeps us young.
Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
We'll never get older. Each one
Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me
And me.
help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android.
This is awesome.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Welcome back. It has been a busy summer on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University over the past month as men's basketball, women's basketball, and softball camps have taken place at Tex Turner Arena and Dorothy Neely Field throughout the month of June. Now, it's soccer's turn to get in on the action, as several soccer camps will be held over the course of July, the first beginning this Sunday, July 10th, through Wednesday, July 13th for high school girls. The camp will serve to develop the skills and fundamentals of the game for all players looking to compete at the college level. Registration for the day camp is $175 and $275 for the residential camp. The soccer camp for high school boys will take place on the following Sunday, July 17th, and will end on that Wednesday, July 20th. The event will be very similar to the girls' camp 1 week earlier with the same registration prices. And finally, the soccer kids camp will be held from July 25th through 29th. For more information on any soccer camps happening in the coming weeks, you can visit www.lmurailsplitters.com, find the Fans Central tab, and click on Camps. Well, last Saturday, July 2nd, the 2016 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series continued at the Daytona International Speedway. Following Tony Stewart's unexpected win in the previous race in Sonoma, California, it was Sprint Cup leader Brad Keselowski that came away with the first place finish. This was Keselowski's third win of the 2016 Sprint Cup Series, a statistic so far only matched by the driver standing at second place in the chase, Kyle Busch, who also finished as the runner-up in Daytona. Trevor Bayne followed up at third place after Keselowski and Busch, with Joey Logano and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finishing up the top five last Saturday. The chase for the Sprint Cup sees Carl Edwards at third place behind the top two finishers at Daytona, followed up by Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick at the number 4 and 5 spots, respectively. The next race in the 2016 Sprint Cup Series will take place this Saturday, July 9th, at the Kentucky Speedway in Sparta, Kentucky. The 2016 College Baseball World Series Game 3 showdown between Arizona and Coastal Carolina took place last Thursday following a weather delay the previous evening. On that afternoon in Omaha, Nebraska, it was the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina that took home their first ever NCAA Baseball Championship trophy in program history, winning the contest 4-3. The win was not only the first baseball national championship acquired by the Chanticleers, but it was the first time that Coastal Carolina finished on top of the mountain in any sport in the school's history. Closer Alex Cunningham had never saved a game in 41 collegiate appearances for the Chanticleers, but he did just that by striking out the final Arizona batter in the biggest game in the history of the program. Coastal Carolina emerged victorious in the final 2 games of the series, both games in which they had to stop a Wildcat comeback. Arizona was looking for its first championship since 2012, but on that day, it was Coastal Carolina's time in the spotlight as one of the unlikeliest teams to stand tall at the end of the season did so in Omaha. The Tennessee Smokies completed their 5-game road series with the Jacksonville Suns on Sunday, and Tennessee lost the remaining 2 games despite winning the first 3. After defeating the Suns in the opening contest 4-2, 2-1, and 5-3, Jacksonville picked up the W on Saturday and Sunday, winning 7-2 and 9-2. After the 3-2 series with the Suns, the Smokies find themselves in the middle of a 5-game homestand with the Jackson Generals. Tennessee defeated Jackson on Independence Day 4-3, but the Generals bounced back on Tuesday to beat the Smokies 6-4. Game 3 was scheduled for yesterday evening, but was postponed due to inclement weather. The makeup for yesterday's game, as well as Game 4, will take place on this Thursday night, with Game 5 taking place on Friday with a 7:05 p.m. start time and family night for LMU. The Smokies will then stay at home for the next 5-game series as the Chattanooga Lookouts come to town for Game 1 on Saturday, with first pitch scheduled for 7:05 p.m. To keep up to date with the Smokies, you can check out SmokiesBaseball.com. That's all for sports this week, but stay tuned as Joseph Lewis and Tyler Rowlett will be here after the break to let you know about movies being released to the big screen as well as concerts happening around the area when we return right here on LMU Community TV News.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family?
This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort...
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything.
Oh, sorry. Go long, son!
It's always worth it.
Whoa! Master!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Coming to theaters this weekend is The Secret Life of Pets, the latest animated adventure from Illumination Entertainment, the company behind Despicable Me and Minions. Comedian Louis C.K. stars as the voice of Max, a terrier who immediately feels threatened when his owner takes in a stray mutt named Duke. From there, a tumultuous bonding experience ensues as Max, Duke, and several of their other animal pals become stranded in the city and are forced to find their way home entirely on their own. Rounding out the considerable voice cast are Eric Stonestreet, Kevin Hart, Steve Coogan, Ellie Kemper, Bobby Moynihan, Lake Bell, Dana Carvey, Hannibal Buress, Jenny Slate, and Albert Brooks, and the film is directed by Despicable Me animators Yarrow Cheney and Chris Renaud. Also new to theaters this week is Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, a ribald comedy in which Zac Efron and Workaholics Adam Devine star as two layabout brothers with a history of causing any and all family functions to descend into chaos by way of their reckless antics. After their parents demand that they bring dates to their sister's imminent wedding, Mike and Dave catch the eyes of Anna Kendrick's Alice and Aubrey Plaza's Tatiana, a pair of women with serious wild sides and possibly some ulterior motives. Stephen Root, Jake Johnson, and Kumail Nanjiani co-star. The screenplay is penned by Neighbors writers Brendan O'Brien and Andrew J. Cohen, and taking the lead behind the camera is Funny or Die and Saturday Night Live director Jake Zemansky. The Secret Life of Pets and Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates can be seen in theaters nationwide starting this Friday, July 8th, and as always, be sure to check your local listings for special Thursday night screenings in the area. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
I'm Tyler Rowlett of 91.3 WLMU and LMU Community TV. Here's your concert calendar for the week of July 7th, 2016. This weekend in Somerset, Kentucky is the annual Master Musicians Festival. The festival gets kicked off on Friday with 2 full days of great music. The headliners this year are legendary blues musician Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Robert Randolph and the Family Band, and Josh Ritter and the Royal City Band. Local bluegrass star Dale Ann Bradley will also be performing on Friday. For more information, you can visit mastermusiciansfestival.com. Coming July 8th to the PNC Pavilion in Cincinnati is Weird Al Yankovic. With a career now spanning over 2 decades, Weird Al has mastered the craft of parody songs. From his early hits parodying Michael Jackson's Beat It to his more recent songs parodying R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet, Weird Al has stayed consistent and hilarious throughout his entire career. Expect a very theatrical show filled with costume changes, incredible stage design, and of course, a lot of laughs. For more information on this event, you can visit riverbend.org. I'm Tyler Rowlett of 91.3 WLMU and LMU Community TV, and that's your concert calendar for the week of July 7th, 2016.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family?
This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry.
Go along, son!
it's always worth it.
Whoa, master!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
And that is going to do it for your weekend edition of LMU Community TV News.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm Brandon Burke, and we will see you on Monday.
For everyone here at LMU Community TV, I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Have a great weekend.